Hi everyone, today we're going to start looking at this ignition barrel off my Kawasaki KH100. I bought this with no key, so we're looking at see if we can cut a blank through it. I've looked for ignition barrels online, very expensive. I'm a tight Yorkshireman, looking at £150 plus. Unique about this ignition barrel is the key does the lights as well. It doesn't just turn your ignition off and on, it does your lights, does your side lights, etc, etc. So we're going to take it apart and see if we can cut a key. Guessing someone's been in here before with the electrical tape wrapped around it. See, when you get to the rubber grommet split. Can't get these either, so it looked like when we put it back on the bike, a bit more electrical tape will seal the job up nicely. Now we've got all electrical tape off, the ignition barrel is held onto the little circuit board where the wires are soldered to by 3 clips, which get a flat-headed screwdriver, and anyone will do one that will just fit in, and then you slowly and gently prise these clips out. See, just one there, get the flat-headed screwdriver in, pry them out gently. Don't want to be snapping these. Oh, I don't want to be stabbing my finger either. Pry them out gently. It should be just gently pull apart. See, because they're actually circuit boards. So that's when that white barrel turns, it's making a circuit between your ignition live and your lights and what other ancillaries the motorbike's running. That only goes in one direction, so when we put it back together, we've got to make sure it's in that orientation. So then this part is held on by 2 positive screws. Get my little screwdriver out. Get my screwdriver bits, find the right one. Once both the screws are done, then that part of the bracket should come off. Then we have the it looks like a little cam. It's built onto the barrel. So then you can see we got the barrel inside there, and that's held on by a little spring wafer, I think they're called. So it's only held in one side. So we need a little pick. Get the pick out. Find out where it is. Get the pick in there, push it in as far as I can, then a bit of pressure at the same time, pushing it through. It pops out. There we go. So that's your barrel. So you can see you've got 4 wafers. Your very end one is called a lock wafer, and the other ones are the one that determine where the teeth are cut in the key. So that's my blank. As you can see, it doesn't fit in a minute. I ordered the blank off eBay for the KH100, but it must be different variations. So I pulled one of the wafers out there to see if it fits, and it does fit in, but it doesn't come into the initial part of the barrel. Get the file out to start with, just to try and trim it down, make it a bit slimmer so it goes into the barrel. Didn't have an idea how to best hold this in the vise, so I thought I'd hold it with my thumb. Not the best way of doing it, not the most accurate way of doing it, but we got the same result in the end. So it's just a case of steady away, filing each side, spin it over, just so each side is as equal as possible. You can see and keep turning from one way to the other, try and keep the key as symmetrical as I can. Now, hopefully, give it a test fit. As you can see, it fits, but you can see there's a couple of wafers are stuck up. That's what's stopping the key from turning. So this is where you need to cut your teeth into the key, so then wafers sit flush against the barrel. Not your end one. The lock on the end is always up, but the other few, there's three wafers in this barrel that need to sit flush. So get the needle files out. I have marked on the key where the wafers are. You can see me later on in the video remark with the pick where the wafer contacts the key. So it's just a case of steady away, filing some grooves into the keys, symmetrical, both sides exactly the same. You don't want the key to work one way and not work the other way. So it's just a case of filing that too into the key, keep turning it round, and then keep checking. Just a case of keeping checking as you're going to make sure you don't cut away too much, or then the key be useless. As you can see, little groove there. Quick test. Yeah, you can still see it's still sticking out. Just finishing off that last groove, you can see all the teeth are cut. Let's give it a test fit. Yes. All them wafers are sat flush. Hopefully this should be a good key. So next will be fitting the actual barrel back into its holder. Didn't film that bit, it's a bit of a faff, took me a while to do it, but there you go, it's back in. You've got to push down your end lock wafer so it goes through, but once it's in you can see the key inserts and turns. Now it's just a case of rebuilding the ignition. Don't lose that bit. So it's just a case of making sure it all works, all turns as it should. Now it's just a case of trying to line these screws up, get them in the right position, so the holes line up, get it all screwed back together. Once the screws are tight, we need to get that white disc that creates your circuit. So, as I said earlier, that only goes on one way. So it's like that. So that like a notch which isn't cut out goes near the top. You can get your circuit board. That only goes one way. It's got a notch, and it only lines up in one. You can't go in any other way. So once you got that in, you flathead screwdriver, gently close off them tabs. Make it all secure. Make sure it's secure. Fold over that, whatever's left of that grommet. Check the key works. As you can see, fully rotates. Goes in and out. Use both sides of the key. Check both sides. Yep, fully rotates. Comes out at the end. But when it's in the light position or the on position, it does not come out, which is what you want. So there we go. One key made for the Kawasaki KH100.